What's going on, guys? Getting back to you with another upload once again. And today I just kind of wanted to show you some progress that we've been making in getting ready for spring. So we got our planter out the other day, and we had a couple fertilizer discs that we had to replace, and then we also had to get this tire right here fixed. The tire was junk, so we had to tear this sprocket off, and basically this entire assembly right here, had to tear that off, and also to tear this side off so that we could get the shaft, which is up under here, out. And then there is some nuts and bolts in here that you gotta bust loose to get off of this green part in here, and then you gotta take the shaft with you. So had to work on that. And then we had to put on some fertilizer discs. Basically, if you see any of them that are still silver, like these over here, they were fine, just needed to be realigned. If you see the black ones, that means that they're new. So that one's good. That one we had to replace. Walk around the tongue here. Those were good. 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 And this was the last one we had to do. Just got to put this row cleaner back on. But other than that, this planter is ready to rock and roll. Greased the row cleaners. Greased up here by the tires. Those two grease zerks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those that you got to grease. And you got to go over the whole planter, which we did do that. So just got to put that one row cleaner on, and then this thing is ready to rock and roll. One other thing I just remembered was that this one closing wheel was bad, but we got that replaced. Other than that, everything else on this was still good. If you guys remember last year, this was our winter project. This thing was in pieces, straight up pieces. Every one of them seed boxes was torn off in the planter and was on the ground, and everything was tore off from basically here all the way back. So basically we unbolted the whole frame and basically replaced all the guts to this thing, and basically rebuilt every single one of these row units. So if you want to check out those videos, I do have a couple videos on my channel of us tearing into this thing. Not physically, but I do have a video on here of this thing torn apart, and I kind of talk about what we replaced. And needless to say, it was an expensive project. And then I guess the combine needed the same thing. So basically every winter we've been spending quite a bit of money on getting stuff fixed. I guess that is the only downfall of buying used equipment. You know, this is a 97, and so we've had this thing for 20 years. This year would be 21 years, and you know, stuff was just wore out. This thing's planted a shit ton of acres, so it was just time to replace parts. You know, we did think about buying a new one last year, but that plan ended up falling through, and we just went ahead and rebuilt this planter, because the planter that we looked at was a 16 row had Max-Emerge on it, and basically everything that we replaced on this planter, that other planter needed. So, yeah, we definitely made the decision to rebuild this one. It's a nice planter. It does what we want it to do. We can variable rate. We can set up our seed populations. We can do everything that we need to do to plant our fields properly. This planter is set up to do. So with that being said, this thing is ready to rock and roll. Now, just because this thing was rebuilt last year does not mean that we did not go through and take a look at stuff. We definitely checked this thing over from one end to the other and made sure that everything was still in one piece and that everything was still looking good and in working order. So, yep. So that's what we did last year, and I am beyond happy that we did not have to tear into this thing again. However, I would much rather work on this planter than our combine, but hey, we all got our own opinions on what we want to work on, and to me, I'd rather work on the planter than the combine. But I'd rather wash the combine than the planter. That's something else. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the planter. The planter is ready to rock and roll, and now we just got to wait for spring to roll around and some proper weather so that we can get in the field and start planting some crop.